The Lori Vallow Daybell trial begins on April 7th and starts at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, but there is a 30-minute stream delay required by the judge. The trial will end at 4:30 p.m. Pacific every day, meaning the streams will end at 5 p.m. This also means that if something crazy were to happen during the trial, you may get notifications on your phone from news networks before it actually airs on the live stream, or it might never make it to the live stream if the judge orders that part to be cut, just so you are aware. This will be Monday through Thursday until the trial ends. Yeah, the jurors get Fridays off. My coverage plan is the same that I did with Sarah Boone. If you didn't watch that, I will watch the trial live, keeping notes, and then during the break for lunch, I presume, I will record part 1 of my video. This will be everything that happened up to that point and my thoughts on it. After the break, I will watch the trial, take notes, and record part 2 of my video. Again, it will contain my notes and my thoughts at that point. After that, I will combine the video and premiere it as soon as possible. This allows me to get the video out much faster than waiting to record after the trial fully ends, and it lets my thoughts during the video evolve over time the more I see things, and I think that is simply more interesting. And due to the fact that I was forced to buy an improved PC, it's going to be much faster to get the video out. I was having issues actually back during the Sarah Boone case, and in some cases it took an hour and a half, 2 hours to render a video that on this PC would probably take 20 minutes. I am very excited I'll be able to do this quicker for you. The videos I will make will also be much shorter than watching the trial, obviously. So I'll have all the important information so you can play catch up if you miss a day, or if you just want my thoughts mixed into the trial coverage. Or maybe you're someone that just can't bring yourself to watch an actual trial like this because you might see or hear something you can't unsee or hear. Hey, my video's here for you, along with a lot of other people covering the case. I have cleared my schedule as much as possible for this trial, so I can cover it. Now, I do have a busy weekend this weekend, so do not expect me to have much content coming out. And I will say that I forgot to do my taxes before this trial, so I probably won't be getting that done until next weekend, which is fine because I dread how much I'm going to have to pay, and I am perfectly okay with putting that off for as long as possible. Also next week, I'm just going to mention, there is a rumored / leaked surprise game launch next week. That's a remaster of something I love as a kid. Thankfully, with this trial schedule, I should have no problem covering the case and videos for that game on the other channel if the leak ends up being true and it does come out. It'll be really hard for me to sit during the trial the day of the launch, I'm sure, but beyond that, it would cause me no problems, and I'll just be very busy making content for 2 channels at once, and I'll just power through it. I do want to apologize for not doing as many true crime videos the last few days. I would have preferred to do more, but I've had a lot of things I've had to do to get done and prepared and settled so I can do the Lori case. And I'm not talking about just next week. I've been trying to make sure I have nothing that'll pull me away until this trial ends, which could easily be a month, right? I want to have that time frame free for a length of time I think the trial might take. So I've just worked on setting things up and planning ahead and letting people know I'm not free, that type of thing. So I've done all that. Anything else I gotta say? I would have preferred to do more videos. Another thing is I didn't want to start other true crime content, other cases, and then not had the time to cover them because I was covering the Lori case, because I was worried that something would happen like gaming wise for my other channel, and I would have to do that content as well, which it looks like it might with that game launch. So I'm really happy that I held back and didn't get into any other true crime content in the meantime to try to fill in that gap. I think it's better quality-wise. Now, this case could go off the rails very easily because this is a pro se defendant who says a lot of crazy things, and I don't put it past her to do something like trying to get herself shocked to cause a mistrial or to try to get some sort of sympathy. The jury is mostly men. Another thing from this trial that's really fascinating to me, that I've never watched a trial that does this, the jury can ask questions to witnesses, and that's going to include Lori. So if Lori is a witness. So that is going to be really interesting. I've never seen that. I assume we're going to see at least one question from the jury, so that's interesting. I believe there's going to be some possible issues there because of Lori being a pro se defendant. She cannot approach the judge. So I believe whenever there is a sidebar, they're going to play white noise in the courtroom, and they're going to be having the people that are speaking wear like a headset and speak. I will say it's going to depend on how the feed is done. That could be really annoying if they don't mute it. If they don't mute it in the actual courtroom, you're going to be listening to that white noise, which could be very, very loud or very annoying. But if they do mute it, there's a chance they don't unmute it quick enough and we miss something that's said. I don't know which way they're going to go for the actual coverage. So I'm assuming they'll probably mute it and unmute it, but just letting you know that the actual trial might have that issue. Trying to think of anything else that I want to talk about with this case. A lot of people are like, well, how much is the jury going to know about JJ and Tylee? And the answer is we don't know. We don't know how much is going to be brought in. We don't know how much the jury is even going to know about her convictions in Idaho yet. They might be worried about bringing it in just to like not have any more appellate issues because she's already a pro se defendant. So people that are thinking you're going to get that, it might not happen. But I think people believe the jury should know, so we'll see. It's a lot of it is we're going to see. I am not going to be shocked at all if the 30-minute feed at some point cuts off and something has happened. Lori does something to cause the judge to order the feeds cut so it doesn't stream it, and we have to like cover news about what happened in the court. That is another reason that I wanted to be able to be free all this time instead of like maybe just being free at the end and then like watching at 2x speed and catching up, because if something like that happens, the trial will most likely end for the whole day. And that would be when I'd want my video out. I'd want to be able to update you with what happens as soon as possible. And I'm going to try to change my sleep schedule to basically I wake up just before this trial starts so that I can like maximize my time watching it and then getting other things done afterwards. So I'm trying to plan ahead for this. I did, I think, decently well covering the Sarah Boone case. It just took me too long to get the videos out at the end, and I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't happy at the length of time it took me after I recorded to process it. That's been solved. And this is a perfect excuse to delay doing my taxes just a few more days. So everything's working out. Hope everyone has a good weekend. This, as I said, this might be my last video until I make my video covering Lori Vallow. I'm not sure yet. So I just wanted to put it out there, let you know I'm working on it. I'm planning it. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy my coverage. I know everyone's going to be covering this case. So if you choose to watch my videos on it, I appreciate you. You can hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the notification bell, I think that guarantees you'll get the notification to your phone when I upload. So if you're wanting to see my video on the case tomorrow, that notification will come up so you can watch it immediately. Or maybe you'll forget the trial is happening because things happen. Or you forget one day to check. If that happens, maybe that notification will remind you, hey, I got to see what happened that day in court. But again, thank you and see you in the next video.